from the crossroads of America. We're at the center of Indianapolis, Indiana, as we get a look here at Lucas Oil Stadium. Two of the NFL's best starts challenging each other here. Off we go in a Week 4 showdown. This short fielded at the 20. And finally, he's out of bounds. What a great return, though. They're going to be set up at the 25-yard line.
I'll say it again, Kate. I love these new kickoff rules. This is exactly what we all wanted to see. All of us understood the safety concerns with the kickoff, but we did not want to see this explosive, game-changing play out of the game, and we did. And in fact, in this one, we got to see it right from the jump.
79 Broncos.
Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. Gets this to Woods. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Here we go, here we go.
Mitchell now in motion left. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, it kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
Here we go, sack.
That one's out and cut on the right side. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he has the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now running for the first time with Jalen Warren. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
First down, and they go right back to him. Escapes a defender. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, Kate. I know you do. And this one was about real power. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run and a great try at that first down.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Now Wilson on the play fake. Searches from the pocket. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That was simply a case of not enough time available to let that play develop. That throw was out so quick, and he wasn't able to reel it in.
Still inches to go on third down. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Has his man. It's the Michigan rookie. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First down, here's Russ. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Wilson to throw again. Throw secured by George Pickett. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10.
Got it.
Working inside the red zone. Has it down close. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches.
Here we go.
And he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown! The Steelers finish off their opening drive. It's a Justin Fields touchdown. Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers start off well to tie things 7-7. Now Boswell on to send this away. This return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Let's go now. Go.
From the 27. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Buffalo 18. Ready.
Dropping back to throw. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Ready.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th.
Set. Warrior 70.
And you're going for this. He connects downfield on 4. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. One of their best play calls of this game, Brock. Nets them 17 yards on 4th down and gets them the first.
19 Lions. Ready.
Throwing it again here. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Well, I think the defensive coaches in coverage, whew, breathing a sigh of relief. There was space right there. If that throw came 1 second earlier, that was going to be 6.
Ready, set.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
70 range. 70 range. 60 back.
He'll throw it yet again. He's looking deep once again. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Ross off the play fake. He's going to lob one deep down the left sideline. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. So that brings up 2nd down.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Looking for George Pickens that time. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Putting a receiver in motion. Throwing on 3rd, Wilson. Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. And the Colts pick it up. And Indianapolis will return it for a touchdown. The Colts capitalize on that turnover and take the lead. Like a freight train leaving the station after scooping off that fumble. Oh, he got moving on his way to the end zone, Brock. Nice hustle from the big man.
Is there anything more fun than seeing these big old human beings get their chance to get on a scoreboard? You see how it just ignites everybody.
Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Warren. And he's tackled for a short gain. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Russ now from the gun. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
On the carry, this is Najee Harris. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
14.
From the 23. Caught by Freiermuth. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. It's Steelers ball as we return for the second. And they have to be thinking points here. From the red zone now. This one's caught. And this is down all the way to the 3. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches.
Here we go.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Not sure if it was a missed assignment on the line, a dominant play on his part, or maybe a little bit of both, Kate, but look at those dudes down there defensively. Man, they are fired up after that stick behind the line.
It's Warren on 3rd down. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Point after up and good from Boswell. And the Steelers tie things up at 14. Now Boswell on to send this away. And this won't be a return. It's going to be a touchback, but because it hit in the landing zone first, Brock, per the new rules this season, the ball comes down to the 20 and not the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
7 Pirates, 7. Come on, set.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
2nd down carry for Taylor. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line. So 3rd down becomes much tougher for him as 3rd and 1 becomes 3rd and a much more difficult 6. The penalty makes this a 3rd and 6. He gets it out left, and it's caught. And it'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Steelers will take over possession. Football on that 47-yard line. 1st down. Now an inside handoff to Harris. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Play made by E.J. Speed. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Got Washington. It's complete. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him. This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Catch made by Austin. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
Whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front, maybe to give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Warren here from the gun. And he's going to have the touchdown. We'll see if he gets to keep this, though, Brock. We've got some laundry on the field. Backed up now after the penalty. It's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. Dicker connects there, and they've taken back the lead.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Has it at the 11. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Go! Check smash. Get up.
Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Brought to the ground by Dante Jackson.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Chap 60. Go!
3rd down from the gun. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Indy. It's the Colts with a 4th and 3. The Colts ready for the punt. He's got it at the 24. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Officially a 55-yard launch. And it's going to be their football coming up. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Wilson on 1st and 10. He's going deep this time. Brought in inside the 20. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. The Steelers calling their first time out. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first. Harris will not challenge for the end zone. He loses a bunch here.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Shotgun handoff to Warren. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
Catch is made in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Here comes the final play of our first half. Quick throw right side. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on him. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Huard with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Calvin Austin on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Taking the handoff, now Wilson. He throws a bullet to the center of the... And oh, someone stepped in. It's interception. Nick Cross has it. And the Colts are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Took his shot at 6 that time. So it'll be 2nd down.
Cut 19! Cut 19! Here we go! 18, Rattler! 18, Rattler! Ready?
Throwing with a blitz on the way. He's trying to go deep again. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback. But exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Going far! Right!
Throwing again from their own end zone now. This has been a trend, yet another interception. And the Colts are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Backed up on their own goal line, Brock. A bit surprising to me that they decided to throw for it there.
Yeah, I think where they were at certainly played a role in that eventual interception. You know, coaches will say, play fast but never in a hurry. That sure felt hurried all the way along, and it led to that turnover.
Here we go! Set! Ready?
Quick throw left side complete. He has the Indianapolis touchdown. Gay to add the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Colts cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Cordarrelle Patterson now to return. They pull out the reverse. And this drive will start inside the 25. drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. This finds Austin complete. Has some daylight through the 40. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 28 out of that play. And that's a Steelers 1st down. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know those elite zone defenses in basketball, Kate, it just feels like they're everywhere, clogging up every passing lane. This quarterback, well, he felt the same thing when he dropped back. Nowhere to go but for a sack.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Warren running between the tackles. And this run's limited to a minimal gain up to about the 44.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
58 yards on the punt there. And the Colts have a long football field ahead of them on this drive. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Let's go. Ready.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Ready. 18, pioneer.
Another throw here on 2nd down. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Let's lead 19. 79 Broncos. Check up.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. And this is incomplete. Took the check down for granted. He's lucky that wasn't picked and taken the other way. 4th down coming up.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
And that putt hits and kicks out of bounds beyond the opposing 35. They've got 1st down from the 31. Austin put in motion right. 1st down throw from Wilson. Snared by his running back. It's Najee Harris. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. He picks up 15 on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
Every offense in the league today, they want a couple of guys on the roster capable of doing this. Players who can line up a receiver, running back, and make plays from both spots. It's where the NFL's been heading for years, and what a great example on that play.
Trying an inside give to Warren. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Making the stop that time, Nick Cross. The Steelers calling their first timeout, as that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Warren. Dukes out a one-stop. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
From the gun, they go with Harris. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Wilson now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Wilson throwing 3rd and 1. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. And that's unfortunately going to fall incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out. Back to throw now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Mark that one down as a 35-yard punt in the end. And the Steelers have a short field in front of them as they take over. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Ross off the play fake. He's going to loft one deep to the left. Big gain downfield. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. Blitz coming, Russ. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone. Incomplete.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Looking for it with Warren. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. With a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
Puts a little too much into this one. That's too high. Brings up fourth down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a fourth to try to reach that end zone. Russ now from the gun. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers make it a 9-point advantage. George Pickens the touchdown. Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers make it a 10-point ball game. Now Boswell on to send this away. Starting from the 5. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Buffalo 18. Go.
They'll come out throwing. Finds Woods. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down. They'll try and throw it here. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Working quickly here.
19 Lions. Ready.
2nd and 3. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. This one goes for an even 25 yards.
Ready up.
And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
70 range. Go.
Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Gets this to Woods. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down. Working inside the red zone. And he takes it in for the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal will tie this game in the 4th. So we're down to a 3-point game, and now gonna try to get it back in pursuit of a game-tying field goal. Did the Colts get to it in time? Yes, it's Colts football. Timing's so important for a team to recover its own onside kick, but jumped the gun there before it went 10 yards, and that drew the flag. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Now Wilson on the play fake. He lofts it deep left. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Well, this is really great defense to deny a big play and make them work for the touchdown. If they want to reach the end zone, they have to scrap and fight through them.
On 2nd down, Warren. And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Wilson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short. Wilson now. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
A 50% hit rate on fourth down, while not horrible, to me signifies something even more important, Kate, and that's that this offense is going to continue to be aggressive. It's been their mindset throughout, and I don't think it's going to change anytime soon.
Catch is made down the right sideline. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
60 Maverick. Here we go.
Throwing now on first down. He just got rid of it, Brock, but he was still in that tackle box. This is going to draw the flag. No one in the area. He was still in the pocket. Seems like a pretty cut and dry intentional grounding to me.
Seems like you want to be an official someday, Kate.
Maybe.
Yeah, because you nailed that one.
That's complete to Pittman. And they get this down to the 28.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Okay, ready?
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6.
Tracking 60. Let's go.
Looking to throw. Launches one deep downfield. And that's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, Indy. The Colts take a fourth-quarter lead. A chance to take their lead beyond a field goal on this point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Colts take a 4-point lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. On the return, here comes Austin. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Carried by Harris here to start the drive. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. But you get this game going right up the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Now here's Russ. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Go.
He'll throw it. Brings in the long pass. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 38 out of the play. And that's a Steelers 1st down. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Indy. Steelers needing 4 points. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. They go with Warren on the run. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers have taken the lead late. Extra point upcoming. This to put it to a field goal game. And he shakes out the pressure to nail the point after, and now an opposing field goal would only tie this game. Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's a return from the 7. This return makes it up to the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing now. He finds Woods. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
To throw. Taylor makes the catch. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
Cup 19! Cup 19! Set!
From the gun, Taylor. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. 1st down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. They motion the tight end over. Looking to throw it. Falls to the ground out left. Incomplete. Unable to find Adonai Mitchell with that one. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
18, Pioneer! Set! Go!
Here he is to throw. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as it begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th.
Mustang 19!
Now to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out, well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Timeout taken by the defense. Their 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use.
Got it. Ready?
Offense to the line for 1st down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining.
Go! 60 Bobcat! 60 check!
Man in motion here.
Riggs!
He'll look to throw it. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Throw left side, complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. The Colts take a timeout. That's their last one. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. The Steelers go to a dime set. Must be thinking pass on this 3rd down. Couple additional DBs brought in.
Buffalo 18! Warrior 70! 19 Lion! Hurt! 70 Ranger! 70 Ranger! Hut!
Back to throw it. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now they're left with 4th and short. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Matt Gay now in a high-pressure spot. From the left hash, a 40-yard look. Looking good, and it's through. And in the final moments, they force overtime.
Overtime rested on his leg, Kate, and he got the job done. And now, well, if things go a specific way in OT, the next time we see him line up, it could be for the game winner.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
Back to throw. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. So as we go through this coin toss, Brock, I'm sure most of our fans know it, but this is something that can decide the game. If the team who gets it first scores a touchdown, the game is over. But if they only kick a field goal, their opponent gets it with a shot to win or tie. And if we play beyond those 2 possessions, the next score would then win. And hopefully this conclusion will be just as exciting as our opening 4 quarters. The kick is away here in overtime. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Ready, bring it. Set go.
Straight ahead with Taylor. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 7. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Trying to find his tight end. And that brings up 3rd down.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Here we go, set.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. And not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
Let's go. Dragon 60. 19 tight, 19 tight. Trap 60, trap 60. Go.
Throwing from the gun here. Big gain downfield. It's an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts take the lead in this game. So the Colts pick up the win in this one. And it took some extra effort, Brock, some bonus football before they were finally able to separate from the opposition and earn that hard-fought victory. So for Brock Huard, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indy.